from West Virginia Public Broadcasting.
Support for the following is provided by the West Virginia Department of Education and West Virginia Public Broadcasting. Hey! Hey everyone, it's Education Station!
Hi, and welcome back to Education Station. I'm your host, Alex Milanese. In today's special parent edition of Education Station, we're going to meet educational experts who are going to share strategies that you can use while teaching your little ones at home. So first up, we get to meet Miss Fike, who has 5 fun activities that you can try at home with your child. Let's go.
Hello, my name is Brittany Fike, and I'm an early literacy specialist working on the West Virginia Campaign for Grade Level Reading, which is a partnership between the West Virginia Department of Education and the June Harless Center at Marshall University. Today, I would like to talk with you about wordplay. Wordplay, or playing with language, is great for helping your child to develop many necessary skills. Phonemic awareness is one of those skills and is a precursor to literacy. Phonemic awareness is the awareness that words are made of individual sounds or phonemes. For example, the word cat is made of 3 sounds: the C sound k, the A sound a, and the T sound t. In addition to helping your child develop phonemic awareness skills, wordplay is also great for building vocabulary and helping to further develop the skills needed for your children to become successful readers, writers, and spellers. Not only does wordplay let us spend time and connect with our children, but it also allows us to demonstrate that words are fun, all while increasing their knowledge. There are so many ways that you can play with language at home, many of which require little to no materials or can be completed with things that you already have around your house. Today, I'm going to share with you some of my favorite phonemic awareness activities that you can do right now at home with your child. All right, I'm here with Aria. Aria, can you say hi?
Hi.
And she's gonna help me show you some of my favorite wordplay activities that you can do at home. So Aria has some sugar in front of her, and she's going to use it to spell out some words. Aria, could you spell the word hot? And again, we're just using materials that we already have at home to play with language and words. Great job, Aria. Could you sound out that word for us?
Pot.
Great job. Can we try another word?
Yeah.
All right, let's do another one. Ready?
Mm-hmm.
How about the word tap? Very good. Could you sound out that word for us?
Tap.
Right, now Aria has some Play-Doh and a toothpick, and we're going to be doing the same activity, writing some more words. Aria, could you write us the word map? Again, Aria is using Play-Doh and a toothpick and materials that we just found around our house to do some wordplay activities today. She's writing the word map. Very good. Could you sound out that word for us?
Map.
Good job. Aria, could we write another word?
Yeah.
Another way you could do this activity would be to provide your child with the letter sounds and ask them to tell you what the word is. So Aria, this time I'm going to give you 3 sounds and then ask you to tell me what word they make. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. The first sound is T. The next sound is ah. Very good. And the last sound is P. Good job. Can you sound it out and tell us what word those sounds make?
Up, top.
Great job. And this time she has shaving cream on her tray, and we're going to be writing some more words. Aria, could you write us the word sit? The word sit. Great job. Could you sound out that word for us?
It. It.
Great job. Could you erase it and we'll try another word? How about the word bug? Bug. Very good. Could you sound out that word for us?
Bug.
Nice job. All right, I'm back with Aria. Now we're gonna play a game we like to call Letter Sound Slap. So she has some index cards in front of her that we wrote some letters on. And I'm going to give her letter sound, and as fast as she can, she's going to slap the letter that makes that sound. Are you ready, Aria?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, the first sound is ah, t, I, ah, s. Great job. All right, Aria and I are outside now, and we have a paintbrush with a bowl of water, and Aria is going to use that paintbrush to write some words on the sidewalk. Are you ready, Aria?
Yeah.
All right, the first word is fig. Can you write the word fig? Good job. Very good. Can you sound out that word for us?
Fig.
Good job. Do you want to write another word?
Yeah.
Okay, let's write the word pat. Can you write the word pat? Great job. Can you sound out that word for us?
Hat.
Very good. Another thing you could do outside with sidewalk chalk is to write different letters on the sidewalk and ask your child to jump to that letter or to the letter that makes the sound you give them. For Aria, she's going to jump to the letter that makes the sound I say to her. Aria, are you ready?
Yeah.
All right, the first sound I would like for you to jump to is T. K. Z. Ah. Oh. P. T. H. Ah. Great job, Aria. I'm back outside with Aria, and we have written some words in sidewalk chalk, and she's going to be doing some jumping to sound out these words for us. Aria, are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, let's hear that first word.
Cat.
Very good. What's that next word?
But.
Good job. On to the last one.
It. Lip.
Very good. Aside from some of the wordplay activities that I've shown you today, don't forget that simply playing and interacting with your child is so beneficial. As one of my favorite TV characters, Mr. Rogers, once said, play gives children the chance to practice what they are learning.
Thanks, Miss Fike. Now, next up is Miss Blockhager, who has some great ideas on how to establish routines while we're at home. Let's check it out.
Hi, my name is Janet Blockhager, and I'm a coordinator in the Office of Early and Elementary Learning at the West Virginia Department of Education. Routines we just had weeks ago are dramatically changed, and we had no time to prepare. We must acknowledge the stress and anxiety that's caused by these quick changes to our lives. It's absolutely normal to feel this way. While you're working to manage your stress, you may also notice signs of anxiety in your child. Oftentimes, children don't recognize that they are stressed and anxious. These emotions are frequently displayed through behaviors rather than words. Your child may seem agitated or emotional. This is when they need the most support of a loving adult. Children may not understand why they can't do things that they were able to do just weeks ago, like play with a friend, go to the park, or visit grandma's. Some things that you can do to help your child's anxiety include: promote self-care habits with children. Ensure that kids can engage in their favorite hobbies and activities within the house. Make sure that they're getting physical activity, and incorporate the arts such as music, painting, drawing in self-care tasks. Next, keep kids connected with friends and family while social distancing. Organize online play dates and regular video calls with family, even if it's just for a few minutes. Next, talk with your children about their fears. Answer questions honestly and factually. Younger children will most likely just need to be reassured that they're going to be safe. Older children will have more specific questions. If you don't have the answers, research them with them. Rely on reputable sources for information. And remember to listen to what your children are really saying. Ask questions to get them talking. Another technique is to teach children the recommended strategies for keeping families safe. This includes teaching and practicing avoiding touching eyes, nose, and mouth. Practice how to prevent the spread of germs by coughing into your sleeve. Regularly engage children in cleaning and chores. And practice regular and thorough hand washing. Pick a favorite 20-second song to sing while hand washing with soap and water, like Ellie does in this video.
West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home.
Creating a regular daily routine is one of the most important things you can do to support your children and family during these unknown times. A regular routine lets children know what to expect. It helps children and adults feel safe and secure. And it helps with learning and health practices as well. Routines can balance learning, health habits, physical activity, while reducing stress and anxiety to boost the immune system. What elements of the daily schedule will support your family's health and development? Let's examine some things to consider and key elements of a schedule while you're at home. The morning routine includes a regular wake-up time, making beds, brushing teeth, and getting dressed. It could also include a shower if that wasn't part of your regular bedtime routine, which we'll talk about a little later. Oh, good morning. It's breakfast time, one of my favorite times of the day. Establish regular meal times to assist in meal planning and the overall schedule. Include snacks in the schedule. Also consider including children in meal preparation and cleanup. So much learning can happen when children are active participants in meal preparation. Physical activity is an important part of every child's day. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Resources recommends that children aged 3 to 18 should engage in 60 minutes of physical activity daily. This can be indoors and outdoors. Work time. Work time is that time of the day when children are working on tasks and activities based on learning goals. Parents and children should work together to plan work time. Work time should include teacher-provided remote learning plans and scheduled contacts with schools. Recommendations for student engagement time should be considered when planning your children's schedule at home. Recommendations include suggested minimum and maximum times, as well as recommended length of sustained attention. Consider including a couple of work times throughout the day to balance structure and unstructured times. Another component of the day is rest time. Rest time is especially important for younger children who may still need naps. However, this can also be considered downtime for older children who just need a break. Another important part of the routine are choice activities. Choice activities can include children's favorite independent or unstructured activities such as reading, crafts, hobbies, or social time. This may include the use of technology for watching videos, playing games, or creative expression. Parents often have questions about how much technology time is appropriate. Here are some guidelines provided by the American Academy of Pediatrics on screen time. One very important element of the regular routine is family time. Family time is defined by what you and your family want to do together. This time is used to focus on relationships and engagement and can include special activities such as family movies, board games, walks, or communication with extended family. The last part of your routine, but one of the most important, especially for creating a sense of safety for children, is a consistent bedtime routine. Bedtime routines include showers, if you chose not to do that for the morning, brushing teeth, getting dressed for bed, and bedtime stories. Reading is very important at this time. Technology should be avoided during bedtime routines. Research suggests that technology can actually keep you awake and impact your quality of sleep at night. Adequate sleep is important for overall health. This chart illustrates how the American Academy of Pediatrics has issued a statement of endorsement supporting the American Academy of Sleep Medicine guidelines outlining recommended sleep duration for children. Now that we've explored elements of a regular schedule, let's look at a couple of sample schedules to help you think about a schedule that's best for you and your family. This sample represents a schedule that you could put together to help keep you on track. However, remember earlier when we said let children be active participants in creating the schedule? I wanted to show you a couple samples of children's schedules. I hope some of the ideas that we have shared in this video have been helpful to you. Keep in mind that even the best schedules must include flexibility. Allow a little extra time in the day when needed for special occasions or family surprises. Remember to embed stress management techniques and you time into the regular daily routine. For more information and resources, or for additional links, go to wvde.us/COVID-19.
Thanks, Ms. Blockhager. Okay, for our final stop, we're going to visit Ms. Close and Mr. Lambert, who have some great information for parents. Let's go.
Hello, my name's Erica Close.
And my name is Dustin Lambert, and together we work for the West Virginia Department of Education and the Office of Middle and Secondary Learning.
You know, this is a difficult time, and one of the things that our students could do during this time is to keep a journal. Maybe you have a blank notebook at home, maybe you don't, and all you have is some notebook paper or a legal pad. Whatever it is, whatever your students are journaling in, it's about them. It's about keeping track of the things that are going on in their lives and the things that they're feeling.
So here are a couple ways that you can help your students support themselves as they're writing. The first one, you may want to have your children just write a simple story about themselves. You may also want to have them write a poem about their family or about their surroundings or how they're feeling about this epidemic that we're going through. In addition, you may want to have your children write in a more technical form where they're writing out a recipe or they're writing directions to your house from another location.
And I think that's a great idea because our students need to read all sorts of things. They need to be able to write all sorts of different things. You know, Dustin mentioned they could write in a technical fashion. You know, right now, this winter into spring season that we're in is a great time to do some technical writing. Students could, in their writing, make observations. Perhaps they could get up every morning and look at what the temperature is. And they could record the temperature every morning when they get up, maybe when they eat lunch, and when they go to bed. At the same time, they could go out and make observations about what's going on in nature, what's going on outside. Perhaps you have a beautiful tree that right now is in bloom in your yard. Well, that's going to change. And if students go out and make observations every single day about that tree, they can make note of what's happening as that tree goes through that change.
Right. For students who are in a foreign language in their schools right now, they could also use this time to practice their language by writing about their food that they're eating at their house. Or they may also write out in the foreign language a description of the weather that they experience from day to day.
That's a great idea. You know, one of the things that's so important for our children is that they have the ability to process what's going on. And a lot of times writing is a great way to process and to understand what they're feeling. You know, ask your students, you know, what do you miss? And they could write down the things that they miss, or maybe they could write down the things that they don't miss, or the thing that's new and that's fun that they didn't know that they liked before.
Yes.
But now they're in a position where they have to learn something new and do something new. You know, there's a lot of value to writing out how we're feeling and to writing down what's going on and what's happening.
Right.
So journaling is a great way for our students to do that.
Yes. In addition to journaling, the second topic we would like to discuss today is the census. As we may all know now, Census 2020 is going on, and April 1st was actually Census Day for our nation. And so just a little bit of background information. The census was started in 1790, and the census data is used to disseminate over $675 billion to states and communities across our country. Erica, did you know that only 65% of households in West Virginia reported in the census in 2010?
No.
It's not good. And there's dire consequences to that. For every percentage that we do not report to the U.S. Census, we lose hundreds of millions of dollars as a state. So here's how you can help. By now, your household should have received an envelope from the U.S. Census Bureau. Inside, you will find a code that is unique to your address. You will also find a website. Please navigate to that website, put the code in, and there's a series of questions that will be asked about your household, the people who are living in your household, where you live, if you're renting, if you own your house, and a couple other questions. The survey should not take any more than 10 minutes of your time, and you can do this with your children present. And by doing so, you're sharing information in a simple way with your children so they understand the value of this census. Their schools and the programs within their schools depend on this money being funneled into our communities and into our state.
All right, so we will all fill out our census forms. All right, you know, one of the other things that we want our students to be doing all the time is to be practicing math. You know, we have an initiative here at the department that's called Math for Life.
Math for Life.
And we all understand that we do math all the time.
Right.
Math is a constant in our lives. And one of the ways that you can do math with your children is through cooking and through nutrition. So all of us are doing a whole lot more cooking at home. And that means that we're probably surrounded by many more nutrition labels. And nutrition labels are great sources of numbers for our children to look at. So something as simple as just practicing, you know, basic math can be done with nutrition. Say we look up how many servings are in a container, and then we look at the calories. We could figure out how many calories are in this entire container of peanut butter. Probably not something we would eat all at one serving. But I do note on here that the serving size for this peanut butter is only 2 tablespoons I don't usually put 2 tablespoons on a peanut butter sandwich.
No, on a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, I use at least 4 tablespoons.
And that means we'd have to multiply the calories per serving, which happens to be 190, times 2, because it would be 2 servings. Little things like this can really help our students to keep their math skills sharp. And it's not just the serving sizes. We know that in general, we all need about 2,000 calories a day. And there are lots of other things that are important nutritionally other than calories, like sodium and cholesterol and fat and sugar and protein. All those values are on these nutrition labels, and they all give us the actual amount of each of those different pieces of information, so the actual amount of protein, but it also tells us that that's 7% of the protein that we need in 1 serving of this peanut butter. So students could do a whole lot of math in figuring out how this 1 serving of peanut butter nutritionally works in their day. In addition, we could really use the nutrition information that we have to make some wise choices when it comes to things like snacking and stuff like that. So I happen to have a snack from around my house, and the nutrition information is on this snack. And thankfully, this snack is just 1 single serving.
So I could have both Reese's cups.
You could eat the whole thing, which is really helpful sometimes when you're having a snack. But I think that sometimes the nutrition information helps us know when we can't eat the whole thing. Because sometimes we probably shouldn't eat an entire container of something.
Right.
Do you have anything like that?
I may have an example of that. So I've been munching on this bag of potato chips for 2 days now, and I'm almost halfway finished with it.
Okay, well that doesn't seem so bad, right?
Right, so there's about 15 servings though in this bag of potato chips, and each serving has 150 calories.
So maybe you've eaten about 8 servings so far?
Right.
Okay, well, that's probably all right.
Yeah.
You know, it's probably not, because you didn't eat all 8 in 1 day.
Right.
And I think that, those are the kind of conversations that I think we need to be having, with our children and with our families, and doing the math on things and taking advantage of times when we're using math. If we're making a recipe, practice measurement. If you need 2 tablespoons, practice using the tablespoon measurement. Practice doubling recipes,
right,
or putting recipes in half if you don't need as much. All of that is great practice that we can do with our children to keep their math skills sharp.
Yes. So we want to thank you for joining us today as we share these resources and ideas.
It's been a great time to have with you. If you are looking for more resources and more ideas and things to do with your families, you can always visit us at wvde.us for more information. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, well, that wraps up everything on today's special parent episode of Education Station. We want to thank everyone who submitted their awesome lessons, and we want to thank you for watching. We'll see you next time right here on Education Station.